Thursday Night Tailgate, where the spotlight is always on the positive. Tune in Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time to hear your favorite NFL legends, players, and coaches sharing their stories. Now back to Chris and Bob.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
All right, now joining us and making his 5th appearance on the show is former Bears wide receiver Wendell Davis. Let me remind you about Wendell's background. He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. Played his college ball at LSU, where he remained 2nd in all-time receiving yards, 5th in TD catches, and 11th in yards from scrimmage. He helped them get to 3 straight bowl games from 1985 to 1987 and a win in the 87 Gator Bowl and a number 5 ranking overall. Wendell was inducted into the LSU Athletics Hall of Fame back in 2011. He was a first-round draft pick by the Chicago Bears in 1988, the 27th overall selection. He played in the NFL from 88 to 93, all with the Bears, and over the course of that time, he had 207 receptions for an even 3,000 yards and 14 touchdowns, and we are honored he is back with us tonight here on Thursday Night Tailgate. Hey, Wendell, Chris, and Bob, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thanks for coming back.
Hey, guys, I am honored to be back. Hey, this is my 5th time back?
Yes,
Should
sir.
I be getting
5 times.
A hat or something?
If you get a bowl of soup with that hat, yes, absolutely. We should get you something like that.
Like Saturday Night Live, they give them robes, man, for.
Yes, you would think we would give you something. We'll see what we can find in the closet for you, Wendell.
I'm just joking, man. It's great to be back with you guys.
We appreciate it, Wendell. So, catch us up, Wendell. What's been going on with you this year?
Oh, this year is a whole lot different, guys. I am actually I actually started a logistic business. So I'm in the trucking business. So it's a new company for me. Just started on it with FedEx. So I have a FedEx contract, and
wow.
it operates out of Atlanta, Georgia. So I've been busy this year getting that off and going, and things are going well. And I've also been coaching high school football here in Chicago on the South Side.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, man, it's been fun.
So, Wendell, I want to get your thoughts on your alma mater, LSU. They're back inside the top 25. They're ranked 23rd now, coming off, a couple of big wins over Florida and Auburn. How do you feel about the job you're seeing from Ed Orgeron?
I feel really good now. I was scared for a minute, but I feel really good. I had the opportunity to go down for the Auburn LSU game, and I got to see the guys and got to go to a practice and got to see Ed actually interact with the guys. And I tell you what you see on television is definitely what you get, man. He is a great motivator. I think players are really buying into his philosophy, or really want to play for him, and I think it's been showing up in the last 2 games. I think offensively, we're doing things a little different than what we've done in the past, and I think we've improved in that area. But and defense has been just playing lights out defense. And, we even have some special team play. So I think overall we're in a good spot right now. It just feels good to get 2 wins in a row, and especially in the SEC, 2 back-to-back wins. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
The next game is at Alabama a week from Saturday. Do you think they're going to be able to give Alabama a run for their money?
I think they will. That's been Achilles heel, I guess. Alabama for the last, 5 years, man. It's been just brutal. It's been brutal to watch at times. We could be having an outstanding season, and we go up against Alabama, and we kind of don't show up. But I got a good feeling about this. The only thing, is it me, or does it seem like we always have a bye before we play Alabama. I don't know. It seems like we have a bye and we have this extra time to prepare. So I just hope
you would think that would bode well, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, oh man, we should be ready. So I'm hoping that's the case this year. That we'll be ready for Alabama. But you got to realize who you're playing. You are playing the number one team in the nation. I think our Tigers are up to the task. I think they're very competitive, and we're looking forward to the match.
Bob, questions for Wendell?
Wendell, we love speaking with you, and thanks for joining us again tonight. And I want to ask you what I asked Sherman Williams, Wendell, being a hometown guy in Louisiana as he was in Alabama, was it just a no-brainer for you to go to LSU, Wendell, or did you come close to going anywhere else?
I came close to going to Northeast Louisiana. I think it's not Northeast now. They changed the name. And the reason I came close to going to Northeast Louisiana is because LSU didn't come into the picture until the last minute doing my recruiting. And I was being recruited by in-state schools, Northeast, Northwestern, Grambling, Southern, USL, Tulane, just a lot of the in-state schools. And LSU didn't come knocking until the last minute. And so when they came at the last minute, of course I said, all right, I'd like to accept that challenge and go to LSU. And what happened, Jerry Stovall was the head coach at the time, and Jerry Stovall got fired doing recruiting. And so I thought, well, I won't be going to LSU because this new coach doesn't know me, But long story short, it was just so late in the recruiting season. Coach Arnsbarger said, hey, we're still going to honor the commitment. And that's how I ended up at LSU.
And Wendell, we've talked in the past about you having played the majority of your pro career under Mike Ditka. And we think of Ditka, we think of a defensive guy and a guy that wouldn't really be concerned too much with offensive rookies coming out of college. But I wanted to get your opinion of him as soon as you got out, when you got drafted, your first interactions with Ditka.
Very quick. It wasn't a lot of talking. It's a lot of mumbling from him, on his end. But I kind of you see him from the Super Bowl, and you see all the big media attention around him. It was kind of intimidating in the beginning, but in the end, you get to know who he is, and you get to understand his philosophy in coaching. And so, but in the beginning, it was not much said, Bob, tell you the truth. I mean, I think he didn't know my name for a minute. He called me 82. So that's the kind of, that's in the beginning. That's the kind of relationship we started. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose or what, but, it was some respect, though. Mutual respect.
Wendell, I wanted to get your thoughts on wide receivers in today's game. It feels like it's, to me, it feels like it's more I got to get mine mentality with a lot of the wide receivers in the league now. As a Steelers fan, I see it all the time, right? With Antonio Brown, with the with the Facebook Live thing, and the turning over the Gatorade jug, and Martavis Bryant. I'm not getting enough targets. I want to be traded. And all of those sorts of things. Is it different now, or was it the same back then when you were playing? It's just what's different is we got social media and people are tweeting things out and putting things on Instagram, and you didn't have that back then, so we just didn't hear about it as much.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a combination of things. I don't know. It could be at that position, probably at any of the skill position. There's a little bit of selfishness in all of us. We want to really show what we can do. We want the ball in our hands. So there's a little bit of selfishness there for all of us, but it gets to be a problem when it overshadows the team. So I think there's a combination of things going there. I think, in this new day and age with the social media, and to be honest with you, these guys are very, very competitive. They're very, very competitive in everything. Now they got to be competitive in social media. I think it's a combination of a little bit of everything in there. But I think that I don't know if it's being selfish, but I just think they're competitive, and like I said, we all got a little selfishness in us at the skill position, and we want to shine, and we want to make plays, and we want to win. So but a lot hasn't changed. They're still the same. It's just you got so many other opportunities now to get your name out there, to be known. You don't even have to play. You don't have to be the greatest player on the team. You can get on the internet and start your blog and get those things going, and you just have to be careful with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of wide receivers, Wendell, the Bears sure could use a good one right about now. I think it might be time to dust off the 82 and give them a hand. So,
I think I got
you want to get your thoughts
in me,
on the Bears and their offense, and going with Mitch Trubisky. What do you think about the Bears right now?
They're in a good spot. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't understand the pick. I really didn't. I didn't understand the way it happened, and so I was kind of like, I don't believe they've done that. And after they made the pick, I'm saying, okay, they're gonna sit the kid. He's gonna, they got Glennon, and he's gonna learn under him, and but things didn't happen that way, and the Bears had to make a decision. And I think the decision as today is probably a good decision to make, especially seeing him play. You can tell he has talent. You can tell he's athletic too. I didn't realize he was that athletic. The guy can, he can throw the ball and run. So he's a double threat. So I'm excited about that. I know, offensively, with White going down, receivers going down, I mean, that caused an issue. I think the positive is we do have a pretty good running game and a pretty good offensive line. And, they kind of look like the Bears of old with Walter Payton and, running the ball. And defensively, I think they're starting to play a lot better. They're starting to click for them. They're starting to get turnovers, which is like one of the staples of a Bears defense. Guys getting turnovers. Remember Earl Locker and all those guys, Singletary back in the Super Bowl days. They used to get turnovers, and so the defense is finally coming around, and they're in a good space right now. I think they just need to continue on this road of competing, and because they've been in some close games. It's not like they've been getting blown out. They've been competitive, so I'm excited about them.
So, Wendell, before we let you go, let our listeners know, how can they stay up to date with all the great things that you're doing, whether it's following you online or it's over social media?
I have the only social media I got out there is I'm on either LinkedIn or something like that. They can follow my high school, though, that I'm coaching at now. It's called, get this, guys, Wendell Phillips High School. What about
wow.
that?
Right.
Yeah. What a match made, huh?
That's right. You guys didn't know that, did you? You didn't know I had a high school. No, it's a very well-known high school on the south side of Chicago. And as you guys know, south side of Chicago is always in the news about shootings and killings and that type of thing, but there's some good things going on the south side of Chicago. Wendell Phillips is the first school to win a state championship, public school to win a state championship in Chicago. They won year before, 2 years ago. We went to the state championship last year, and we're in the playoff right now, and we're undefeated. We had an undefeated season. We have our first playoff game on Saturday. So,
great.
Things are good.
Yeah, so good luck with that.
Thank you.
And Wendell, thank you so much for coming back and being a part of the show again tonight. It's always great for us to get to spend, some time with you. We hope you'll come back and do it again soon. Share more of your stories and your insights with us. Let us know how Wendell Phillips High School does in the playoffs. We'd love to catch up again.
All right. Anytime, guys. I enjoy it. Thank you, guys.
Good night, man.
Take care, Wendell. All the best to you and your family.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That is LSU Hall of Fame wide receiver and former Bears wide receiver Wendell Davis. And boy, Bob, you want to talk about a lucky bunch of kids who get to have Wendell Davis as their coach. Boy, good for them.
Yeah, very underrated as a receiver, Chris. He's one of those guys you and I talk about. If they threw him the ball, he always did well, and his stats back that up. But you're right. To get tutelage from a guy like this who knows the game and is such a great guy on top of it, very lucky kids in Chicago.
All right, coming up here in hour number 2, we're going to be joined by Levon Kirkland and Zig Fracassi. And before Levon joins us, I want to give a shout-out to our friends over at the Gridiron Greats organization. Folks, please help support a wonderful cause that's taking care of the guys who left so much of themselves out on the field. Remember, these are the guys that, played back when they, still had to get off-season jobs to support themselves and their families. It's organizations like this one that was started by Mike Ditka, the Gridiron Greats here, who are trying to help, the guys that we all grew up watching and reading about. Please go to gridirongreats.org to see what you can do to get involved.